A fruit tree sitting right on your windowsill, heavy with ripe fruit, filling your room with the scent of blossoms, and you never once stepped foot in a garden. Not a dream, not a trick. This is something thousands of people are already doing in apartments, condos, and small homes across the world. And the secret is not some rare skill or expensive setup. It comes down to choosing the right tree. Miss that one step and you will be frustrated for years. Nail it and your living space becomes something truly alive. Wyatt here from Nature's Forgotten World, the channel where we dig into the plant world that most people walk right past. If growing things indoors is your kind of world, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Every week on this channel, we cover topics that genuinely change how people think about plants, and this one is no different. Drop a comment below with the fruit you would most love to grow inside your home. And if this video gets you excited, share it with someone who loves plants. Let's get into it. Before the trees, what you actually need to know. Most people who fail with indoor fruit trees fail for the same reasons. They pick the wrong variety, use the wrong pot, or underestimate how much light these plants need. So before the tree list, let's cover the foundation quickly. Light is everything. Most indoor fruit trees need 6 to 8 full hours of direct sunlight every day. A south-facing window is your best friend here. West-facing works as a second option. If your home doesn't get strong natural light, an LED grow light positioned around 12 to 18 inches above the canopy can make a serious difference. Do not skip this step. Without enough light, your tree will survive but never produce fruit. Pot size matters more than most people realize. When a fruit tree is placed into a pot that is too large, its energy goes entirely into filling that space with roots. It forgets to fruit. Choose a container only slightly larger than the one the tree came in. Once roots start circling the bottom, move up gradually. Pots with drainage holes are non-negotiable. Standing water at the roots will rot them fast. Temperature and humidity also play a role. Most fruiting trees like indoor temps between 55 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, with 65 being close to ideal. Humidity around 50% gives them the best chance of flowering and fruiting. A small humidifier nearby can help in dry indoor spaces, especially during winter when heating systems pull all the moisture out of the air. Finally, always choose self-pollinating varieties. Unless you plan to hand-pollinate with a small paintbrush, a tree that needs a partner will never give you fruit indoors. Now, the trees. If you find this valuable, tap the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who love growing
Meyer
things.
Lemon. The Meyer Lemon is probably the most beloved indoor fruit tree in the world right now, and for good reason. It is a natural cross between a lemon and a mandarin orange, which gives its fruit a sweeter, less acidic flavor than regular lemons. The juice is richer, the peel is thinner, and chefs absolutely love it. Meyer lemon trees are hardy, compact, and adapt remarkably well to containers. When they bloom, clusters of white flowers open up with a strong citrus fragrance that fills the entire room. Unlike outdoor trees that get help from wind and insects, indoor Meyer lemons need hand pollination. Use a soft paintbrush to transfer pollen from flower to flower while blooming. It takes only a few minutes and makes a significant difference in fruit set. One important tip: keep Meyer lemons in a pot that is slightly snug. A container that is too large pushes the tree into root growth instead of fruit production. Water when the top layer of soil begins to dry, and make sure the pot drains completely. In winter, reduce watering slightly as growth slows. Meyer lemon trees grown indoors with proper care can produce fruit for decades. That is not an exaggeration. This is a long-term companion for your home. Fruit tree number 2, Kumquat. Kumquats are one of the most underrated indoor fruit trees available. Native to China, they have been cultivated for centuries and bring a unique visual appeal. Slender, glossy, dark green leaves, small white blooms that appear twice a year, and clusters of tiny orange fruits that look like ornaments on the branches. What makes kumquats genuinely special is the fruit itself. Unlike any other citrus, the rind of a kumquat is actually sweeter than the flesh inside. You eat the whole thing, skin and all. The flavor experience is like nothing else in the fruit world, a pop of sweet followed by a burst of tartness. For indoor growing, look for the dwarf variety known as Nagami kumquat. It stays compact, produces reliably, and handles container life well. Give it 8 full hours of direct sun each day and supplement with a grow light if needed. Hand pollination boosts fruit production significantly. Share this video with a fellow plant lover who doesn't know about kumquats yet. They deserve to discover this one. Fruit tree number 3. Key lime. Key limes have a flavor profile unlike standard limes from the grocery store. They are smaller, more floral, and carry a fruity brightness that standard Persian limes simply don't have. The skin is thin and bright green, and the juice has been the soul of key lime pie for generations. Key lime trees are reliable fruiters indoors. Choose a dwarf variety suited to container growing and place it where it gets maximum sun. Indoor light alone is often not enough for this tree. A grow light is strongly recommended. One simple sign to watch for: if the tree starts dropping its flowers before they open, the air around it is too dry. Move a humidifier close and the problem usually resolves quickly. Key limes enjoy warmer temperatures and do not like cold drafts. Keep them away from air conditioning vents and cold windows in winter. During summer, moving the pot outdoors to a sunny patio for a few weeks gives the tree a natural boost that translates directly into more fruit.
Calamondin Orange. The calamondin is a fascinating fruit that most people have never tried. It is a natural hybrid between a kumquat and a mandarin orange, and the result is a small, round citrus fruit with a thin skin and intensely sour juice. It is not a fruit you would eat out of hand the way you might an orange, but as a culinary ingredient, it is extraordinary. Use it anywhere you would use lemon or lime, in sauces, dressings, marinades, and even cocktails. What sets the calamondin apart as an indoor tree is its near-constant flowering. White blooms appear throughout the year, making this one of the most fragrant trees you can keep indoors. The scent is clean, citrusy, and genuinely pleasant in a living space. Calamondin trees need at least 4 hours of direct sun daily, though more is better. Water only when the top 2 inches of soil have dried out. Overwatering is the most common mistake with this tree. Moving it outdoors during summer dramatically improves fruit production. If it stays indoors year-round, hand-pollinate the blossoms regularly with a soft brush. Fruit tree number 5, olive. This one surprises people. Olive trees indoors? Absolutely. And they bring a beauty to an indoor space that no other tree quite matches. Silvery green, leathery leaves with an elegant, wind-swept look, even in a pot. They feel ancient, calm, and architectural. For fruiting purposes, you need a European olive, not a tea olive, which is a completely different plant. The Arbequina variety is one of the best choices for indoor growing. It stays compact, tolerates container life well, and produces a generous crop of small, flavorful olives. The Koronaki variety is another strong option, originally from Greece and prized for its oil content. Olive trees prefer temperatures between 65 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit and do not like sudden temperature swings. During cold weather, reduce watering because growth slows and the roots don't need as much moisture. Overwatering a slow-growing olive in winter is a fast way to cause root problems. Their blooms are small and not particularly showy, but that doesn't matter. The silvery foliage and the uniqueness of harvesting real olives from your own living room make this tree genuinely worth growing. If you're enjoying this content, drop a like on this video and subscribe to Nature's Forgotten World. New plant content drops every week. Fruit tree number 6, fig. Figs have been grown by humans for thousands of years. Some of the oldest agricultural records in existence mention fig cultivation, and now they can live in your home. The key distinction to understand here is this. A fiddle leaf fig, which is common as a houseplant, does not produce edible fruit. For actual figs, you need Ficus carica varieties. Some excellent compact choices include Figanominal, which matures at only 2 to 3 feet tall and produces brown-skinned figs with sweet red flesh. Celeste and Brown Turkey are also proven performers in container settings. Fig trees need significant light. This is non-negotiable. A grow light is almost always necessary for indoor fig trees to fruit properly. Use a pot with good drainage holes and fill it with well-draining soil. Fig roots do not tolerate standing water at all. During warm months, moving a fig tree outdoors where it gets full sun for several hours a day can completely transform its growth and fruit production. One unique thing about figs that most people don't know, fig trees are among the few fruit trees that can produce fruit twice in a season. The first flush appears on old wood in early summer, and a second flush develops on new growth later in the year. Even indoors, well-cared-for fig trees can sometimes achieve this double
Avocado. The avocado tree is in a category of its own. It is the most ambitious choice on this list, and that is exactly what makes it compelling. Growing an avocado from a pit is a project most people have tried at some point, suspending the seed over water with toothpicks on a sunny windowsill, and it will sprout. But here is the part nobody tells beginners. A tree grown from seed can take 10 years or more to produce fruit, and even then, the quality is unpredictable because the genetics of seed-grown avocados vary widely. The better path is to buy a grafted dwarf avocado tree from a nursery. Grafted trees fruit much sooner, and dwarf varieties stay at a manageable size for indoor containers. They still need generous bright light, so grow lights are essential. Avocados also prefer consistent watering. The soil should stay lightly moist but never soggy. They're sensitive to both overwatering and underwatering, so finding that balance takes a little observation. Avocados belong to the laurel family and are technically subtropical trees. They do best when summer temperatures are warm. Moving a potted dwarf avocado to a sunny balcony or patio during warm months gives it conditions very close to its native environment and often encourages flowering. Here is one more thing worth knowing about avocado biology that most videos skip. Avocado flowers are unusual in that they open in 2 phases, first as a female flower to receive pollen, then close and reopen the next day as a male flower releasing pollen. This timing can make self-pollination tricky without 2 trees whose flowering cycles overlap. For indoor growers without a second tree, gentle hand pollination during both phases gives the best chance of fruit set. General care tips that apply to all 7 trees. Fertilize your indoor fruit trees during active growing months, spring and summer. A balanced fertilizer that includes micronutrients like magnesium, iron, and zinc supports healthy leaf color and consistent fruiting. Pull back on fertilizing in winter when most trees slow down. Watch for pests. Indoor fruit trees, particularly citrus varieties, attract spider mites, mealybugs, and scale insects. Check the undersides of leaves and the joints where stems meet branches regularly. Catching pest problems early makes them much easier to manage without chemicals. Pruning keeps your tree at a size that works for your indoor space and actually improves fruit quality. Removing crowded or crossing branches lets light and air reach the inner canopy. The open center pruning method, allowing 3 or 4 evenly spaced main branches to form the canopy, is widely recommended for indoor fruit trees. When transitioning trees between indoors and outdoors seasonally, do it gradually. Move them first to a shaded outdoor spot for a few days before introducing them to full sun. Going directly from a dim indoor window to intense outdoor sunlight can burn leaves badly. Reverse the process slowly when bringing them back inside in autumn. 7 fruit trees, 7 reasons to look at your indoor space completely differently. A Meyer Lemon on the kitchen counter, a kumquat by the window, a fig in the corner of the living room, an olive tree with that silvery calm that no other houseplant can replicate. These are not just plants, they are living, productive members of your home. None of these require an orchard. None of them require a garden. What they require is attention, the right pot, good light, and the willingness to learn what each tree is telling you. Wyatt here at Nature's Forgotten World. If this video opened up a new idea for you, share it with someone who would love to grow their own fruit indoors. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss what's coming next, and leave a comment below with which of these 7 trees you're planning to grow first. The conversation in the comments is always worth reading. The forgotten world of plants is waiting. Go find your tree.